Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Profitable Mindset Podcast.
Welcome to the Profitable Mindset, a show dedicated to teaching you the skills you need to build a profitable product-based business that makes you feel free and fully in control. Here is your host, Charlotte Smith.
Hey, you guys, welcome to episode number 27 of the Profitable Mindset Podcast, how to use video on your farm to make more sales. Video is such a fantastic marketing tool at any time, but especially now that we're in this strange state of our communities where from day to day, we don't know what's going on. Many of us are facing different levels of being locked down to some extent with the coronavirus going on. So using video in our businesses is a way to reach people even in a quarantine and help us keep our communities calm and let our customers know that we are relevant and staying up on things and continuing to build trust even though there's this crazy thing going on that we don't know much about. So then some of you have been asking me, and I've seen you posting in the Profitable Mindset Facebook group, that should you be doing your classes you had planned online, or should you be doing virtual farm tours, or what should you be doing now that people are told to stay home? So I wanted to get some resources and ideas out to you right away, because video has worked so well for our farm in the last 11 years. And this is as good of a time as any for you to make sure you're keeping up on it or even start doing it if you've never done it before. So what I want to tell you too is one reason video works so well for your marketing is it builds a deep connection with people quickly, and your current customers, but also potential customers who've never met you before, because it uses more of the senses versus just the written word. Okay, so if they read a blog post about you and your farm, it certainly connects with them a little bit. But when they see you on video and they see you and hear you, it connects with them a lot deeper. All right, as usual, I have prepared a free download. It's a checklist of all the tips and techniques that I'm going to talk about today, but also some tools I use to get high quality or as high quality videos as possible. Most of the tools are free, but I have a couple in there. If you want to do some fancier editing, they will help you too. So that free checklist is at 3cowmarketing.com/video. Okay, now one more resource I want to share with you that I am so touched that this happened in our Facebook group, and I want all of you to take a look at it if you need it. Some of the responses were so compassionate. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So if you don't know, I have a private Facebook group that all of you are welcome to join. It's called the Profitable Mindset Facebook group. So you've got to go over there, request to join, get on the email list when you do. And inside of that, I posted for some help in homeschooling last week. So inside the group, just go in the little search bar, type in homeschool, and what's going to come up is a post that will help all of us who are now called accidental homeschoolers, okay? And that means a week ago, we were all told we were not going back to school for 6 weeks, but I sort of have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be the rest of the year. And we were left hanging. Like our district in particular has not provided any resources. So I was reaching out to this wonderful group of farmers in the Profitable Mindset. And you guys, my mind was blown with the compassion, but also it really shifted my mindset as to what homeschooling really is. It's not, I learned that they said one of the biggest mistakes we make when we leave public school and start to homeschool, whether by choice or not by choice, is that we try to recreate public school at home, which is what our schools are, the ones that are sending out curriculum, that's what they're sending out. And these moms are so helpful in this post in sharing that it does not work to recreate public school at home. So they have listed their specific schedules, how they run their days, how they keep their days, how they keep their kids engaged. They've listed a lot of free resources, some books, some things to look into. They've shared specific things they do with each age group. So I want to encourage all of you who are all of a sudden accidental homeschoolers like me, jump into the Profitable Mindset Facebook group, use the search bar, search up homeschool. It will come up. It was from Friday, March 20th. And you're going to learn a ton, and you're going to get your mindset shifted, and you're going to feel really confident and excited to homeschool your kid. Instead of like a week ago, I was all nervous and just really didn't know what I was doing. This gave me a clear path. So check that out too. Okay, now let's get back to why video is important in building connection. It's really going to serve you today during this coronavirus pandemic that we're experiencing, but it is also going to serve you for years and years in the future. Video's not going anywhere. Here's how it works. Your current customers are going to love connecting with you by video, but people that are not even buying from you yet or have never met you, or maybe they've never even heard of you, may come across one of your videos. Maybe it's on Facebook or an Insta story, or maybe even YouTube. And instead of just reading about your farm, like in an ad or a blog, or even hearing about it from a friend, video stops them so that they watch more of it when they hear your voice and they see your face, they watch your gestures, they hear your voice intonation, and it builds the know, like, and trust factor many times quicker than if they're just reading about you. So people will watch a video of you and they will even feel instantly connected to you. And it just doesn't happen nearly as fast, if at all, on the written word or advertisements, or even if someone's recommending you. What happens in video is that you engage more of the five senses all at once. And I realized this years ago that this was happening because I started doing video just for fun. I thought, what the heck, let's do it. And then people would call the phone number that I had on our website and they would say they saw me in a video. And then they'd say, I love the video of you giving the Kaffa bottle. I can't wait to meet you. You sound so friendly, or something like that. So I just want you to know that video will convey a lot more of who you are, and you can position yourself as an authority on your farm. And especially right now, you can position yourself as an island of calm and practicality in this crazy stormy sea that we're in. I know that since we live rurally, we aren't as affected as I can imagine people are who are living in the suburbs and being asked to stay in their houses. So you can give them a sense of calm and a sense of it will be okay through video. So I want to encourage you to try to get out and do some videos. Now, because I know you guys, the other thing I hear from you is that you don't like video because you're worried about how you sound, or you're worried about showing your face, or you're worried about your equipment. Now, forget that. It's never about the equipment. You're always telling me you're worried about how you look and how you sound. And I got to tell you, here's what I've learned about video. The more you try to look and sound perfect, the more you'll actually turn people off. I learned this the hard way, like how I learned everything. I've got a quick story about that. I started doing video on my farm many years ago, probably back in 2011. And I wanted to show up looking perfect, like so many of us. So I would do my makeup and I'd do my hair just right. And I'd put my contacts in and I made sure I tried to look as good as I could, right? You gals know what I'm talking about. And if I was going on video, I just wanted to make sure I looked as perfect as I could. So I did. I looked just right. I made sure my gray roots were covered. And then I'd go out and do these videos. And I was really attentive to how I sounded and how I spoke. Then, as the years went on, I wasn't so worried about it. I relaxed. I wasn't so nervous. And sometimes I just went out and did a video. I didn't even worry about my hair and makeup. And then what happened is a couple years ago, one of my marketing students called me on the phone about a different matter. And I hope she's listening today so she hears this story. You know who you are, because I learned a lot from this story. And what she said is, Charlotte, when I first met you, it was years ago when I saw your videos online. And she said, and I hated you. She actually used those words, I hated you. Luckily, I was stunned, so I kept my mouth shut, hoping this was going somewhere besides just her hating on me. And she went on to say, she's like, your hair was perfect. Your makeup was perfect. You didn't have any gray hair. And we're the same age. And I just felt so frumpy looking at you in this video. So I hated you. And I just kept silent because she went on. She said, and then a few years went by and I came across one of your videos again. And you had your hair up in a ponytail and you were wearing your glasses and you weren't wearing makeup and your gray roots were showing. And I realized that you were just like me. And I started to like you. And I watched more of your videos and I thought, wow, we could be friends. I like her. And then I signed up for your course and now I love you. So what that experience taught me is worrying about how I looked on camera and trying to be perfect on camera actually was turning people off. And I share this with you to encourage you that when you show up as you are, just like I started showing up, just like I was, what happens is you then give people permission to be themselves. And they will feel okay about themselves because you showed up just as you are today. So I want to encourage you that when you recognize that showing up just as you are on video is okay, and it's actually preferable to trying to look perfect, okay? You put everyone else at ease when you show up just as you are. I'm hoping that this will give you more encouragement to do video, because here's what happens when you show up as you are. You give your customers and potential customers confidence that they are okay just as they are. And I can tell you, people love getting that message from you. So if they watch one of your videos and you show up just as you are, you make them feel so confident. And just this feeling of being at peace and acceptance with who they are, and that they don't have to worry about trying to be better or different, but they're okay as they are. This is a message we all need to hear. It is super empowering, and we don't hear it often enough in our lives, especially as adults. And you can be that message to others. You can help them feel self-acceptance because you show up just as you are. What happens is then they want to get to know you. They can't wait to shop with you. So that's the thing I want to share with you about. If you're worried about how you look or how you sound, know that it's more important than ever for you to just show up as you are, because you give everyone else permission to show up just as they are, and they really appreciate it. I learned a huge lesson about this when my marketing student called me on the phone to tell me that. And I'm so glad she told me that. All right, another thing about video, it has been one of the key reasons we were so profitable early on, because I was able to reach a larger audience through video. People would share them. I would put them on YouTube. And this was before Facebook even allowed videos. I have YouTube videos that have been up there for years, and people will still come to me and say, oh, I watched your YouTube video a long time ago, way back in 2012. What happens is you create this connection. It's a way deeper connection with people than if they were just to read about you. They don't remember that as well. Again, because they see your body language, they hear your voice and your voice tone, and they just feel more feelings when they see you on video. So people don't come up to me and say, oh, I remember a blog post you wrote in 2012. But they do come to me and say, hey, I remember a video you posted way back in 2012. So video will connect with your customers deeper and much stronger. Now, another reason it's important right now is because we've got this coronavirus going on. Not as many people can come to your farm. If you had spring break camps scheduled, those are probably canceled, maybe even some summer camps since we don't know how long this is going to go on. You can't do your spring farm tours or your classes that I talk about doing so much. But guess what? You can replace all of them with a video. Can be a virtual tour. It can be a video demo of you making something, making butter from your cream, feeding the calves, touring the farm. What else are you doing this spring? Are you seeding things in the greenhouse? Whatever you're doing, these can be live videos on Facebook or Instagram, or it can be a video on your phone that you post to YouTube. Okay, now first, let's get into some actual tips. So if you're holding your phone, one of the worst things in the world is having a shaky video. So if you're holding a phone and it's shaking all over the place, people aren't going to watch it. They're going to scroll right on by and click away. And unfortunately, I see a lot of shaky farm videos on Facebook and Instagram. Nobody wants to watch those. So get a tripod. Again, that's listed in that resource. I will link up to it in the show notes too. And then put your phone on a tripod. You don't have to have an old-fashioned video camera. And I say old-fashioned video camera because the fancy video camera I bought about 5 years ago when we first started doing video is so outdated. My phone camera is already way better than that. So probably you can just pull out your phone, make a video, make sure it's super still, use the tripod so that people will want to watch it. Show up as you are, and you will connect with people much deeper. And then combine this video with the drop site information I gave you in last week's episode number 26. You will reach more people faster, and you'll not only get through this crisis we've got going on in our society right now, but you will create a loyal customer base for the future. Now, the other part of using video right now is a lot of you are getting inundated with customers and people are purchasing everything. Some of you have sold out a product way earlier than you thought because of the situation in the grocery stores. Well, you've got to connect with these people because 6 months from now or a year from now, they're all going to go back to the grocery store if you don't maintain that connection, right? And this video process combined with the marketing training that I teach will assure that you maintain connection so that they all become loyal customers who wouldn't dream of shopping anywhere else, even when that option opens back up. So make sure that even though we're busier than ever right now, for instance, those of us who have never homeschooled are being accidental homeschoolers, and we still have to run the farm, and we're inundated with customers wanting to buy, we've still got to make sure we're maintaining that connection. And, you know, we're really busy, but you've still got to plan ahead and be proactive. And one way to do that, make sure you get their emails and get them on your email list. That is just something that is mandatory in today's world, all right? You can do that very naturally. Don't let anyone make a purchase without getting them on your email list. And the way to do that, if you're not comfortable yet doing that, is you can just say, hey, can I add your email to our list so I can let you know of our availability or when we have product or closures with all this crazy stuff going on or where you can find our products or something about maintaining connection with you in this crazy world we've got right now. When I state it in that way, that's serving them, not me, keeping them informed of what we've got and availability and all that, I never have anyone say no about sharing their email. They always want to share it with me. So if you find people don't want to share their email with you, it's just feedback that you have not learned how to clearly communicate your value. And that's the value that's important to your customers, not to you, okay? So it's not your farming practices that's going to make them want to sign up for your email list. It's the things that's important to them. I talk about that in my branding episodes. And if you're not feeling confident asking them for their emails and you don't know how to do it conversationally yet, be sure to listen to my episode on self-confidence, episode number 21 on the podcast. I'll link to that in the show notes too. Listen to that first and start getting all these people on your email list so they don't disappear in 6 months from now. So build your confidence. Otherwise, 6 or 12 months from now, it'll be a ghost town because you got all caught up in the busyness of what's happening right now, and you forgot to build that loyal customer base. All right, now let's go back to getting you connecting with people through video. Some ideas. You could do a virtual farm tour. Like a lot of my marketing students are kidding right now and lambing. Okay. Oh my gosh. We've never had goats on our farm, but the baby goats are just the cutest and what perfect material for videos. Or some of you are getting your baby chicks for meat chickens or laying hens. Cows are being born. I mean, really, baby anything on video on the farm, even if it's kittens, is a big hit. And it's important to understand that in these videos, you aren't teaching them about farming. They'll tune out if you're teaching them your farming practices. Just give them the fun stuff for now. The lighter it is, the quicker they'll connect with you. And here are some ideas for topics for your videos too. So restaurants and bars in our area are closed. Some are open for takeout, but many people struggle to cook at home. I don't know if you guys realize, because cooking comes so naturally to many of us as farmers. We're used to using our hands and we're coordinated and very practical. But I want to assure you that the majority of my friends who are my age do not cook at home and do not feel confident cooking. This is where you can step in and do cooking videos, because there are so many people who they can't go to the restaurants like they're used to doing every single night. And there are a lot of people who eat out every night and they don't know how to cook. They do not know how to turn food into meals. All right. So make sure you're doing some cooking videos, just basics, soups and broths or stir fries or one pot meals or how to make a chicken with some rice and vegetables. All they want are the basics. Lack of confidence in the kitchen keeps them ordering Papa Murphy's takeout pizza every night. And I see it in our local community Facebook group that's what people are doing. They're ordering Papa Murphy's and Chinese takeout every night because those are the two main places that are open near here. So when they see you cooking in your kitchen, they will feel your confidence and they will give it a try. And they will trust you. Doesn't matter if you're just frying up eggs for the kids. And don't think for a minute that you can only do cooking videos if you're an expert cook or an expert teacher, or even if it's a video about a product you raise. It does not even have to be about any product that you sell. Your customers will be grateful to you for showing them how to turn food into a meal. Or if you're a flower farmer, so you don't even sell food, you raise flowers in the summer, but you do know how to cook, don't worry that you don't sell food products. Do these cooking videos anyway. People don't buy from us because of what we sell or the products we sell. That's not what they're buying. They buy who we are. Remember that. I've talked about that a lot in my branding episodes. They're buying us. We are our brand, not our products. So you do not need anyone's permission to do any sort of video to connect with people, whether it includes the products you sell or not. Okay, here is another fabulous video idea. You farmers who homeschool already, guaranteed many of your customers do not homeschool, and now they find themselves, like me, accidental homeschoolers. What we want more than anything is some confidence that we can do this. So what a great time for you to do a 10-minute video. Don't need much longer than that because people don't have a ton of time. They might tune out after 10 minutes. But show me a video of what it looks like in your house when you homeschool. And you could do one of these videos every single day. Send these videos out to your customer email list. Heck, I will be your first viewer. And I'm not kidding. You will help all the moms by sharing your tips, your schedule, your resources, your mindset. How do you avoid day drinking when you've got 4 kids under age 10 to homeschool? What great video content, you guys. So show your email list how it is that you homeschool. You will help so many people. And again, don't for a minute think, oh, but a homeschooling video has nothing to do with what we sell on our farm. It has everything to do with what you sell. Your customers buy you. They buy who you are, what you stand for, what you believe, what you value. And they will buy anything you have to sell because you've built this trust with them in this way. And here's another great video opportunity. I am always surprised at how many of my customers would walk through my house for maybe they had to use the restroom or something, or bring their child in and change a diaper or something like that. And on their way out, they would ask to peek into my fridge. I thought it was so funny. But again, they look up to us as resources and as an authority on how to take care of our families. So what a great video opportunity for you. You might have to clean your fridge first. I would if it was me. Clean your fridge a little bit, organize it, and then do a video on it. They want to see what's in your fridge. They don't know what it looks like to have a fridge that's not just full of condiments and things like that, bags of salad, right? They will love seeing inside your fridge, or do food prep videos. Okay, so many ideas for you right now to help during this time. Another idea, if your kids love to cook, do a video of your son or daughter. If it were my daughter, it would be making eggs, or she makes these wonderful ham and cheese sandwiches she fries up, or making pancakes. My daughter also has a wonderful fried rice recipe that I'm always impressed by. When my customers see my kids cook, they're blown away. They think it's so cool that my kids know how to cook. So if your kids cook, do a video of your child cooking. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be mac and cheese, and send it out to your customer list. Again, these are all inspirational ideas that will help your audience feel connected to you no matter what is going on in the world. All right, now let's talk about getting the videos out to people, getting them to watch it. If you're doing live videos on Facebook, for instance, here's how you can get your customer base included in that. You could send an email to your list and say, hey, I'm going live right here, this date, this time. Do it at least a day ahead of time. Or you can do it the morning of when you're going live later in the day. And you can even create the live video announcement on Facebook. You can link to it in the email so that they sign up to get a notification. You put that in your email, you send it to them, and then you have an audience when you go live. And there's nothing worse than doing a live video to nobody. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's where everybody starts. Most people start doing live videos to nobody. That's okay, you guys. Do it anyway. But do send out the notification to your email list. That will get more engagement on your live video. Then we're going to repurpose the video after you create it. So you've told your audience when you're going live, and maybe it's kidding season, like I said, for a lot of you. So you go out and you do a live video of you bottle feeding, or you take them into the barn, you show off the pregnant goats and the babies that are hopping around. Or, like I said earlier, if you've got your baby chicks in the brooder, show off those. People are going to love it. Or just go out with the laying hens if you don't have babies, or give them a yard tour. Right now, my hellebores are just in gorgeous full bloom. So is our Daphne. I could do a yard tour of what's blooming in the yard, and people would love that too. We also have a hen house I could show off in a live video, especially because we've been lax about letting some of the hens not go in the hen house at night, and they've built nests around the farm. We could do a live video tour where we just go around and find all these nests. It's kind of like an egg hunt. One of them's really beautiful. It's one of our Araucana chickens, and the nest is full of about a dozen blue eggs. So how fun that we would have an egg hunt out in the pasture. It'd be a perfect live video on the farm. Or when it's time to milk the cows, do a live video of that. People love watching the cows be milked. Then, once you have this live video, you aren't going to use it just once. I'm going to show you how to get 4 or 5 more uses out of it. You want to do what I call repurposing that video. So you're going to use it for marketing more than just the one time during the live video. So what I do is I take my live video and I will download it and put it onto my 3 Cow Marketing YouTube channel. So just start a YouTube channel. It's free for your farm. You can store your videos there. That way you have them all in one place together. And to download it, just Google how to download a Facebook Live video. The steps will come up. They're very easy, very simple. It takes a few minutes to download it. And then go to your YouTube channel and you just click a button. And actually, if you have kids, your kids will probably figure this out faster than you can too. So then you just upload it to YouTube. Really, this takes me 5 minutes, if that, to do it. You will only have a few people over on YouTube at first, but it will build over the years. And then you have this video library all together on YouTube that you can pull from at any time. So then what you can do is you can take that YouTube video, or you can take it directly from your Facebook Live and you can paste the copy, the code into your blog post and write a blog about it. So you email your audience that you're going live, and then a couple days later, you can email them the live video, because guaranteed not everybody showed up to watch you live. This way, they still get to feel that connection with you because they can watch the video right on your website. So I don't care if your email list is 100 people or 10,000 people, make sure you send these videos out to them. And then, like I said before, you've got to write a few words on the blog post about the video for SEO, search engine optimization, because if you just have the video embedded in there, Google will not recognize it as relevant. So you've still got to have some copy in there. And then one more step is Facebook allows you to make little video clips, short clips of your video, like 30-second clips, which are really fun to make those clips right in Facebook, download them, and put them over on Instagram. Isn't that great? So people aren't going to want to watch often, they aren't going to watch your whole video on Instagram, but you can have a little 30-second clip on there. So when I do a live video, I use it about 5 different times in 5 different places. What happens is people need to see you over and over again. Studies show now, because of the saturation of the internet, people need to see us often about 17 times before they buy. Now, that's the average person. So there are people who might need to see you 70 times before they buy. But average, they need to see you 17 times. So what happens is they might be scrolling through Instagram and they see this short clip of a person they've never heard of. And they don't really pay that much attention to it, but they see it. And then they're scrolling through Facebook and the same person comes up and now they've seen you twice in 1 week and it starts to register. And then their friend forwards you an email with a link to this video of the farm that they happen to buy from, and it happens to be you again. Pretty soon they're realizing, I should get to know this person. They keep showing up. I can tell you, I have had so many customers over the year who come to our farm and say just this very thing. They say things like, I just started seeing you everywhere, so we had to make a trip out to your farm. This is the power of video, you guys. People will trust you and get to know you and make the decision to buy from you just because they connect with you through your videos. It builds relationships so much faster than the written word. Really, I think it's the second best thing to meeting you in person. So meeting somebody in person will build a connection with them instantly and very strongly. And when you see them in a written email, it's a much slower connection. But send them a video in that email. They get to see you and hear you and feel your energy. Pretty soon, it's a much deeper connection, and they're more likely to become a loyal customer faster. And then when you consistently keep in touch with them every single week, all year long, or every 2 weeks at a minimum, all year long, they will be loyal and you will have customer retention up in the 80% mark or higher. Okay, now let's get back to just getting started with video. If you're just starting, the first thing I want to let you know is you don't want to wait to feel confident about video or feel good about yourself to do video. You only feel confident once you do it a lot, like even 50 times. At first, you're going to feel scared. You're going to think you sound weird. You're going to think you look funny, but you've just got to do it anyway. Most people that I know don't feel comfortable on camera at first or behind the camera. But know that if you go out and you make 20 videos today, you go outside and you video yourself 20 times out in the farm and you watch each video 10 times, you will get over yourself. It's not about you, but we totally make it about us at first. Trust me, your audience doesn't even notice. It will get much easier the more you watch yourself. Now, it's really funny because now and then my daughter will say something like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, you sound so weird on your podcast." Or, "Don't you think your voice sounds so weird?" But because I've listened to myself so much, it's like, no, that's just the way I sound. I mean, God bless our children for keeping us humble. But the same thing's going to happen to you, guarantee it. After you listen to yourself and watch yourself 50 times on camera, it will just become second nature. You will stop criticizing how you sound and how you look. Okay, so trust me on that. The other thing to know is you can always go back and delete those first videos. I've had videos on my website from way back in 2011. There are many that I went back and deleted because they were bad. So know that that is an option. As you get better, you can go back and delete the ones you don't like as well. But the key is you got to get started somewhere, knowing that you won't feel good about it at first, and that's okay. All right, the other thing I want to reassure you on is that you don't need fancy equipment. Like I said, as long as you hold your camera still, you can most likely use your phone camera, and it's probably better than any video camera that you would go out and buy. So I want you to get started by just trying it. Get out and try it, whether it's a cooking video or a homeschool video or a farm tour, what's going on the farm right now. Your customers and potential customers that are stuck at home during this quarantine and don't know how to cook or don't know how to homeschool or just want something a little different will really appreciate your videos. So say you're going to do some cooking videos. Just imagine you're teaching a young person that's first moved into their first home or first apartment, and they have no idea how to cook. So just do some really simple things that they would need to know. And then post these on Facebook and Instagram, on YouTube. Take little clips of them off Facebook and put them in other places, put them on your website, and then send them out to your email list. Show them the kitty cats, the goats, any animals you might have, eggs, vegetables, flowers, seedlings, whatever you have, show it to them on video. People love seeing our farms in this way, and they love seeing us in real life too. So go ahead, you guys, give it a try. Get out there and do it. You're going to do great. And know that when you show up as you are right now, you give your audience permission to be who they are and to show up as they are right now, knowing they don't have to change a thing about themselves either. Okay, so have some fun with it. And remember, the download has my list of tips and techniques, and that is at 3cowmarketing.com/video. And please keep safe during this strange, unknown time. It's like we wake up every day not knowing what has changed from the night before. So keep your thoughts positive. Remember, your thoughts create your feelings. So if you're feeling stressed or anxious or overwhelmed or frustrated, know that you don't have to live as a victim to your thoughts, okay? Bring these thoughts and feelings to a coaching call. I've got lots of coaching calls going on. We do group calls too. You can send an email and I'll get you in on a group coaching call, get you some help, some relief, and you will learn how to manage your thoughts and your feelings. There is such freedom when you learn that skill. All right, you guys, take care, and I will see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. For more great resources, check out theprofitablemindset.com. See you next time.